This is Business and Economy Network.
Hello viewers, glad to know you are watching your program. Remember that success is never an accident. Success is always predicated on various factors: determination, perseverance, focus, and definitely you'll be at the top. Welcome to your program. My name remains Peter Nwoche, and you are watching Business and Economy Network. Wherever you are, brace yourself up. Those of you in Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ilori, Kano, Kaduna, those of you outside the shores of Nigeria, I want to say thank you so very much for allowing us into your homes and offices. Now for the program rundown today, ladies and gentlemen, it is a bumper package. For Company in Focus, we have His Royal Highness and his GM. I'm talking about the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of PHINOMAR Nigeria Limited. And not left out for Spotlight, we have the CEO of Porter Realties Limited. And for Special Report, we have the Managing Director of Ogun State Property and Investment Corporation, otherwise called OPIC. Indeed, a loaded package for you today. It is deep, it is incisive, and it will be very, very informative and educative to you. I'll be back after this time out.
Igwe Innocent Ugu Ayalogo is the founder and chairman of PHINOMAR Nigeria Limited. He took interest in agriculture after his parents and decided to take his passion for agriculture further by extending his to reducing hunger in Nigeria, provide employment for many, bring growth to the agricultural sector with a special focus and concern of touching lives. PHINOMAR is one of Nigeria's foremost agricultural firms, having been in existence before the Civil War. PHINOMAR is situated in the eastern part of Nigeria, precisely Enugu State.
My name is Igwe Innocent Ugu Ayalogo. Igwe of Ngua Asa. My father was a pagan, together with my mother. He did not go to any school, but he was a good farmer. So I inherited the farming from him. That made me to be very mindful of what I was doing. I did not play with my work. When he was alive, we live here 4:30 every day. We are the day break used to break when we have reached the farm. So that exercise penetrated into my body. So I don't feel very happy where I not get something to work. Even at my age, what stopped me from going to farm is my two legs. They become very weak. Very weak. I couldn't use them again. Then it pains me too much. It's when I started thinking about registering my business as a company. Was when I see that everything is going well. I thought it's better I register it. So I sat down and take the alphabet of my children and form this PHINOMAR.
Prince Uche Ayalogo is the General Manager of PHINOMAR Nigeria Limited, who acquired academic qualification in and outside Nigeria, though an industrial engineer, but today is a farmer. Together with his father, Igwe Innocent, were not deterred by the loss and challenges caused by the Civil War. Through loans, family support, dedication, and perseverance, Igwe and Prince came back to business stronger and better, and has continued to break new grounds with state-of-the-art machines and equipment. PHINOMAR Nigeria Limited is a one-stop shop for all vegetables and bed needs in Nigeria.
I suddenly realized that we had an organization around 1967 when the civil war was about to, break out. Then my father, Igwe Ayolog, was already keeping 2,000 laying birds before the civil war broke out. So, in spite of that, we left all these things and was running for our dear lives. It was in 1969 actually. Then the war ended in 1970. So we came back and saw that all the birds had been eaten up, but the equipment for raising the birds were all intact. So we thank God for that. And also in the other bakery side, where we had bakery, and we had drinks like soft drinks, those drinks were also consumed, but all the equipment for bakery was also intact. So we thank God for it. And what my dad did was to borrow money from a friend and started the bakery. And it was from the bakery, the money he made from the bakery, that now he went back to the farm. And the farm started growing from there. We had what we used to know as old farm then, from where we came to this permanent site. The old farm grew to up to 20,000 beds capacity, from where now we had no room for expansion there. So we came to this farm in 1978. And in 1979, May precisely, this PHINOMAR was incorporated, as a egg producing farm mainly. As we said, the basic product is egg. We produce, eggs, quite a lot of eggs daily. By 2014, the egg had hit a peak of 8,500 crates. But then we had a problem in that year that affected the production, and the production started coming down. Right now we are producing around 4,000 crates daily, and we have opportunity to increase it as I'm speaking to you. That is the egg. We also produce poultry meat, dressed poultry meat. We produce it too. We produce soybean meal for for protein source for the poultry, both for our farm and for other farms who are interested. And I will say that I'm proud that our soybean meal is one of the best meal in this country. Even it is people make demands from it, even from Lagos and other sophisticated areas of the country, because they know the quality of our product. Also, we produce as a residual product the soybean oil.
Dr. Tayo Fashogbon is the MD CEO, Porter Realties Limited, born and bred in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, attended school in and outside Nigeria, acquiring necessary skills, with major in real estate and finance. Having been a bit idle after university education, Mr. Tayo was proactive enough to develop himself and get busy, as such humbled himself to learn the rudiments of real estate business from a senior cousin. With a simple beginning but with the right skills and guidance, the company has today carved a niche for itself in the real estate sector, opening new environments and areas for Nigerians to have comfortable abodes at a minimized cost, providing necessary infrastructure with special focus to the middle and low-income earners. Porter Realties Limited has lots of estates of repute to its name, and its head office is situated in the heart of Lagos State, Okpebi, Ikeja precisely.
After my university, I was at home waiting for my call of letter to come. And our education system in Nigeria, that after it took them time to do documentations and so on. I was at home for about 2 years, waiting for a call-up letter. While waiting for my call-up letter, my cousin, is also into real estate too. His name is Yinka Adeshokwe. He met one of our older cousins too. He was also into real estate. He introduced the two of us, our older cousin at Barrister Adeoye, introduced the two of us to the business and as a marketer. While we had within marketing for him, he was one of the first set of people that started paying over a period of time, acquire a land and pay for specific period. During that, we started building our career, our mindset towards the business, and after a long time, I felt that I should be able to do it on my own. And I picked the findings, I sent it to CAC. They were not approved until that fateful morning. It was February that year. I was having my bath. I just had the name, Porter Realties. I didn't know the meaning of Porter Realties. When I didn't know the spelling, I just had the name Porter. Porter, what is the meaning of Porter? And what type of Porter are we talking about? There are different types of Porter. According to the Holy Spirit, we were able to pick Porter. And since we are doing real estate, and you know, Realties is also, it comes from its real estate. That's why we have Porter Realties Limited. That was how we got the name. And since then, it has been Porter. Our pioneer project, when we started as our company as Porter Realties, it was Royal Gardens, Mowe. Royal Garden Estate, Mowe. That was our pioneer project. After that, we have Crystal Gardens, Agbara. We have Royal Gardens Phase 2 as well. We have Crystal Gardens Phase 2 as well. We have Royal Park Phase 1 and Phase 2. We have Crystal Gardens Phase 2 as well. We have Greenwood, Agbara as well. We have No Life, Agbara as well. In Mowe, in Shimawa, we have Crystal Gardens, Shimawa. We have Crystal Gardens, Shimawa. We have Crystal Gardens, Ladalada, and we have Royal Gardens, Zuba. We have different estates. We have in Imoxa as well. Now we are coming up with our Lekki products. We are coming up with our Porter Gardens, Monastery, Aja, Lekki. We have our Broadview in Lekki as well, Free Trade Zone. And we also coming up with our new project very close to behind Lekki Scheme 2, Ogombo. That one is also coming. It will be coming out soon for the Christmas, for people coming from diaspora, so that they can, because I discovered that Lekki is a new face of Lagos, and everybody wants to own a property in Lekki. That is why Lekki Aja, that is one of the reasons why we are trying to launch out all our products that we have been keeping over a period of time. In Abuja, we also have our big project in Abuja called Broadview Estates, Lugbe. This one is so unique that it's one of the projects that I have ever seen that grows very, very fast. It's very close to train station, Idris train station, and we started very slow with a very small amount. But if you see what the place is going for now, is something very good. It's a good return on investment. You can pay over a period of time. Some are 24 months, some are 36 months. Even we encourage people to pay according to their pockets. You just tell us how you want to make the payment. But our own platform, our own payment plan, we have it, but we still work with people's plan. to know how much they can afford every month. And we give good discount as well for people that are buying in bulk, for association, cooperative, family buying, and so on and so forth. We do that as well.
Though established as a government company in 1984, the Ogun State Property and Investment Corporation, OPIC, was born out of the desire of an individual who envisioned the opportunities in Agbara Igbese area of the state with the intention of making areas of less population and attention become people's desire and industrial hub in Nigeria. For over 33 years in the real estate business and solidly self-sustaining, OPIC, situated in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria, owns the largest continuous operating industrial company area. OPIC operates in two basic models, classified into the service blocks, commercial and residential housing, with large numbers of estate and developing land spread across Ogun State and its environs.
Well, my name is Babajide Odusholu. People call me Jide for short. I'm the Managing Director of Ogun State Property Investment Corporation and also Special Advisor to the Ogun State Governor on Property and Investment. By training and background, I'm a lawyer, qualified to practice in Nigeria, but I've been in the property development business for the last 16 to 20 years of my life. OPIC is a government-owned business, and we always try and clarify that. We're a statutory corporation established in 1984 by the Ogun State government, and our mandate actually is to use real estate as a driver for economic growth. The birth of OPIC actually is intertwined with an estate called OPIC Agbara Estate today. Many years ago, it was originally a vision of a man called Chief Lawson, who approached the villagers and started aggregating and buying up a lot of land from them. And it got to a point where the villagers got agitated and it became a communal issue, and government had to step in, and when he was called in, he shared with them the vision to create an industrial hub in Nigeria. But it was seen that it was a large-scale project that went beyond the capacity of any one individual. So government actually acquired the entire area beyond what he had already bought. They acquired about 8,000 hectares of land in the then Agbara Igbesa area of Ogun State. This was dense bushland. There was nothing there. And OPIC was then incorporated and set up. And the whole idea was that OPIC was meant to be a government-owned version of what one individual was trying to create. Subsequently, he then created Agbara Estates Limited, which is still operating to today, and is one of OPIC's major partners, landowners in Agbara till today. And then we control the larger land bank. Subsequently to that, we were also then another acquisition was done along the Sherry corridor, and that area was also handed over to OPIC. So really, in a simple description, OPIC's mandate is to open up the border areas of Ogun State and make them commercially and economically viable. OPIC is actually a self-sustaining agency of government. So for us to have been able to sustain ourselves for 33 years tells you that there must be some inherent value that's being unlocked. Real estate is extremely profitable. It's highly capital intensive, but extremely profitable. And what has happened is, for you to thrive, you've got to go where the market is. The uniqueness of Ogun State is that everybody knows us as the gateway state. We're the gateway not just to Lagos, which is what we're known for, but the gateway to Nigeria. OPIC is the one that you pass through OPIC to get to the rest of the West Coast. And then you pass through Ogun State to get to the north of Nigeria. You pass through Ogun State to get to the east of Nigeria. So whichever way you want to go, Ogun State literally surrounds Lagos. And Lagos is the commercial hub of Nigeria. So what affects Lagos affects Ogun. What affects Ogun affects Lagos. And what had happened in the past, in previous administrations, was that we did not take advantage of that uniqueness. So in the past, Ogun State was predominantly a civil service oriented state, What this administration then brought into play was to accelerate the transition from being a civil service bureaucratic setup to being a commercial, business-oriented state, such that people now look at Ogun State as a competitive place within which to operate. To do that, what government had to do was invest heavily in infrastructure. But see, if you put infrastructure in place and you don't put systems in place that make it worthwhile, it fails. So government invested in infrastructure, fiscal, they invested in infrastructure, people, and invested in infrastructure systems, such that with those three things being put in place, Ogun State is now positioned. So anybody who is going to make investments in Nigeria now looks at us as viable. Now, to now address the core question you asked, how has it been profitable? It has been extremely profitable. We have Ogun State and OPIC actually owns the largest, if not the oldest, industrial continuously operating industrial hub in sub-Saharan Africa, which is OPIC Agbara Igbesa Estates. It's 8,000 hectares. We've got over 300 thriving companies and many more. Despite the recession, many more still moving into operation. That's just in Agbara. When you come down to Ota, which is owned by our sister agency, Housing Corporation, they own the Songo Ota Industrial Estate, which is another very well-known industrial estate. Even in Abeokuta, when you were coming to Abeokuta, you pass Flower Gate, where you have Nestle. We're opening up new hubs there. So Ogun State is actually the hub for industry and manufacturing in Nigeria. Despite the economic challenges, it's still operating. Now, closely linked to that is that a lot of people who want to work in Lagos, or who actually do work in Lagos, live in Ogun State. So we always talk that we have over 7 million people residents in Ogun State, and I can easily tell you that we have another close to probably 3 million people who are migratory. We've got the largest concentration of schools in Nigeria in Ogun State. We have over 19 universities in Ogun State, and many more still coming. You've got the largest concentration of secondary schools in Ogun State. You've got the largest concentration of religious institutions in Ogun State, and without religious crisis. Nasrat camp is here. Redeemed Church camp is here. Winners is here. In fact, name the one that is not here. So it's kind of like you look at economy, you look at commerce. Almost all operators are in Ogun State.
The federal government's executive order on the local content has given boost to both the manufacturers and indigenous firms in Nigeria. It is an opportunity to announce what the government derive in its diversification efforts to reposition the Nigerian economy. Green Spring Communications Limited, owners of Business and Economy Network, present its fourth in series conference and award ceremony tagged "The State of Nigerian Economy: Effect of Made in Nigerian Products for National Development," featuring special guest speakers Senator Abdullahi Adamu, Chairman Senate Committee on Agriculture, Donald Duke, former Governor of Cross River State, Chief Innocent Chikuma, Chairman Innocent Group, and many more. Also featuring categories of award such as Most Innovation Award, Excellence Award, Distinguished Award, and many more. Date 23rd November 2017. Venue Prote Hotel 42/44 Isaac John Street, GRA Ikeja, Lagos. Time 9 a.m. prompt. Or for inquiries, call the number shown on your screen.
This is Business and Economy Network.
Well, if you are this way, time will permit us on this program. Anything that has a glorious beginning must definitely come to an end. I want to say thank you so very much for allowing us into your homes and offices. Well, don't forget, 23rd of November, I'm talking about the conference and award ceremony, the fourth in the series, the effect of made in Nigerian product for national development. I'm expecting you at that conference. It's going to be at Prote Hotel, Isaac John, Lagos, Nigeria. For all of you who have called, all of you who have made inquiries, all of you who have registered, we look forward to seeing all of you at that conference. And all the special guests are all excited, ranging from Senator Abdullahi Adamu to former Governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, and to the Director General of National Biosafety, and to the country representative of OFAB, a bumper loaded package. I will see you on the 23rd. All right, God's willing. On behalf of everybody in the house, I want to say thank you so very much. Remember this: success starts with you. Be happy and think of what you can do for your nation, not all the time what your nation can do for you. God bless you.